Hello everyone and welcome back to the F1 Ultimate Career, where we're taking ourselves from zero to hero, and today we have the European Grand Prix, sadly the last time that we will be taking the track at Valencia, which is a real shame, because this is a bit of a cult classic of a track, and we've had some good races here in the past, some good results for us personally. So yeah, really looking forward to today, and hopefully we can give a good send-off for this iconic track. And if you're wondering, what the hell is this livery? Who is this? Who is this car? This is actually HRT. This is a mod I've installed, a livery I've installed. It's a special livery that they're running for the last Valencian race, obviously, as a Spanish team. So they're paying homage to the track, and they're taking on this special livery, this special Lamborghini hybrid livery for them today, this weekend. So yeah, very nice. Look at it, and it's beautiful, to be honest. I'll be linking it in the description below. But you're probably wondering why I'm at the main menu as well. That's because there's a roster change as well ahead of this weekend. Let's go check it out. And it's down at Force India. Sergio Perez, after 7 races, is in 22nd place. And Force India, just to try to protect him, have brought in Karun Chandhok for this weekend. Obviously, Karun Chandhok scoring 10 points for HRT here in 2010. So clearly he has an inkling with this track. And they're going to try and bring him in for this weekend so he can deliver some points for the team. They desperately are trying to catch up with Williams and us, so yeah, that's the change ahead of this weekend. Nothing else to report. That's all the admin gone through for the weekend. We really need to bounce back after 2 DNFs back to back, so yeah, let's get stuck into this one here in Valencia for the final time in our career. Just getting that final corner not right, but it did feel like a decent banker lap. It was a decent banker lap. Look at that, 10 thousandths separating us at the top 3. Oh god, I'm not going to make that, so might as well not even bother. So that's our second lap probably in the bin, as there goes the new HRT. Yeah, 8 thousandths off Maldonado, pretty happy with that to begin with. Only my first lap in this qualifying session, so we've got plenty of fuel and we'll go again on these tyres. Oh, that's much better into there. Don't run too wide, otherwise you'll have to ride that curb, but it's an improvement. It is. Lovely jubbly, 3/10 found, and that is 3/10 ahead of the rest. Maldonado sent packing into second place. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, 140.2, lovely lap, and shouldn't need to come back out, to be honest.
Great job, we're through to qualifying 2.
Thank you very much. Yeah, much more seamless qualifying session than we had in Canada so far, so that's all good. Mark Webber just pipped me at the end though, sadly, so it's P2 for us, ahead of Maldonado. Chandhok up there in P4, well done to him. 3.5 tenths ahead of Kobayashi, so clearly an inspired decision so far by the Force India team. But look at that, Romain Grosjean up in P9, Luca Filippi 11th in the HRT. Incredible performance from them. They masses in a backmarker sandwich down there in P10. Turvey through 14th. So that means some big boys are out. Jenson Button, again, is last place. He was last place in Monaco. No, he was last place somewhere already this season. So yeah, qualifying not going so well for Jenson down there in last place. Vitaly Petrov again down there in 22nd, and Daniel Ricciardo also out, and Nick Heidfeld, he's having a great season, isn't he? So far. So to be down there in 18th and knocked out in Q1, 9 thousandths the difference between him and Kubica to get through, but 3 of the back markers made it through, and there's 3 big boys out. So yeah, lots of shocks already here. It's going to be a pretty mixed up grid, I can tell. Let's get onto Q2. Hopefully it's not mixed up for us. Oh, what's this first lap saying? Oh, nice.
You've dropped to second place.
I mean, momentarily first, but Webber right behind us is flying at the moment. He was kind of putting me off how quick he was going. There you go, I'll let him by. Been shuffled down to P3 now, but we're ahead of the likes of Kobayashi. I think Rosberg was down behind Kobayashi, so it's, we're in good stead, to be fair. In good stead. Third place, what, 1.5, 2 tenths off of Webber in first, so yeah, really happy with the pace so far. I don't know, maybe I'll wait until everyone's kind of crossed the line to decide whether or not to go again. I do have the fuel for it, so take a chilper, but Raikkonen has gone to the top of the timings. Fair play, Duressa slotting into 5th, so maybe there is time to be gained out there. So we'll wait and see how it unfolds, I guess. As much as we dare take of that corner there, that's how much we want to cut. Last corner, Sin.
You're nearly out of fuel, almost out of fuel. You need to pit within the next 2 laps.
Right, there we go. We've improved slightly on our bank. We found a 10th, but only 1 position. We were shuffled down to P6, but to be fair, to be ahead of one of the Red Bulls is pretty good going. So bring it back to the garage now, and we'll see if anyone can improve. But P5 is looking good for Q3, can't lie. And there we have it. Thank the Lord. We're into Q3 once again. P5 in the end, separating the 2 Red Bulls, but it's the 2 Ferraris setting the pace here in Valencia. Fernando Alonso, he clearly wants to send home one of his home races off with a bang, so he is the one to beat as we head into Q3. Kimi Raikkonen's done well to get up there in P3, and look at that, Karun Chandhok into Q3 on the first time of asking, and ahead of his teammates, so well done to him. He clearly has an affinity to this track, and Paul Duressa, very nice to get through in the Williams and ahead of his teammate who has been knocked out, and he is joined also by Jaime Alguersuari, who again just misses out on Q3. My teammate's been knocked out in P12, a little bit disappointing. Roman Grosjean though in the Caterham beating Nico Rosberg on pace and on merit, so that is a great showing from him. And Oliver Turvey again, really good performance from him. Maldonado P16 and Luca Filippi just missing out in P17. But yeah, back into Q3 once again, big up there here where we belong, and let's see what sort of showing we can put in Q3. Let's go. A little bit wide. It's gonna hurt our line into the last corner, but it is only the first lap. We've seen that we improve on the second lap in these sessions, but I mean that's still good enough for 5th, down to 6th. I think Vettel behind us has just improved, but we're going to go again here. Second time of asking. It's Hamilton on provisional pole at the moment. Oh no, God's sake. That's a mistake. Maybe I'll have the fuel for another lap after this, but yeah, that was a poor mistake to make in that middle kind of run of chicanes there. Well, we'll go again. Alright, come on, this is it. We need to get this right this time. That's a bit better. Maybe a little bit slower, but it was definitely neater. No!
Okay, we were around half a second down.
Oh no! That would have definitely been an improvement, but look at the timings. We would have needed to have found at least 3 tenths to even make it up to 6th, so it was probably a bit of a tall order to gain a position, but there was definitely an improvement on the table there. So it's probably going to be P7 for us tomorrow. I mean, best of the rest, I guess. I think Raikkonen's up in the top 5, but yeah, at least we're ahead of the 2 Force Indies and Duressa I believe. So I can't be too disappointed with that. P7, that's probably the highest we were expected to be today. There we have it, nothing changed at the end there. P7, 5/10 off of pole. I'm pretty happy with that, to be equidistant from pole and Chandok in 8th. Yeah, that's a pretty good achievement. So yeah, pretty happy off the back of last time where we qualified P14. But yeah, anyway, Lewis Hamilton, my compatriot, is back on pole position, 2 places ahead of his championship rival Fernando Alonso, who is in the lead of the championship for the first time this season. But it's actually Alonso's teammate Robert Kubica who's got the better of him and is on the front row for tomorrow's race. Is Kubica finally getting to grips with his new car? That would be nice. Kimi Raikkonen ahead of both Red Bulls. Great showing from him. Obviously he's a race winner from this season, so yeah, clearly getting to grips with his car. Then yeah, as I said, both the Red Bulls, Vettel ahead of Mark Webber. Then it's us ahead of Chandok, the 2 nemesis on the 4th row of the grid. Then it's Kamui Kobayashi just ahead of Paul di Resta. So, bit of a mix-up grid today. Maybe not quite so mixed up at the front in the end, but P7 for us is a good springboard to get us back in this championship. Alright, I'll see you guys in the garage for the last time here in Valencia. The European Grand Prix is next. Alright guys, here we go. The last time at Valencia, as I've said, 29 laps to see this one off. P7, good start, and this could be a good race for us to get our confidence back, get our mojo back, and get us back ahead of our teammate Felipe Massa, who starts in P12. Quick look at the strategy then, clearly starting on option tyres and going to primes, lap 9 and lap 20 for another set of options. No chance of rain, so that should be the strategy that we execute today. But Hamilton leads the way here for the last time, as I've said, probably for the 4th time here at Valencia. I'm going to miss this track, and I'm sure you guys will do too. But can Alonso do it for his home crowd? We're going to have to find out. Let's go. Alright, here we go. 7th place here. Come on, Valencia. Give us a good one for your final time. Lights out. And away we go, finally, as we get a decent start compared to Vettel ahead of us. But it's, again, the second phase where we start to bog down. I think Kobayashi's just passed his teammate at the start, and Hamilton has maintained the lead. Alonso going down the inside of his teammate Kubica. That's an important move for him to get onto the back of his championship rival. But we've got Webber on our inside, with Vettel trying to make a move past Raikkonen at the start here, and Webber getting checked up there. We're going to take that position. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andy. I'm going to try. All right, Hamilton leads the way ahead of the 2 Ferraris. It is Vettel 4th ahead of Raikkonen. Then it's us, Webber, Kobayashi, Chandok, and the rest of the top 10. Let's crack on.
We expect it to stay dry for the whole race. Dry race.
All right, lap 2, 1 lap in the books for this race. Still running P6, but kind of losing touch with Raikkonen. As you can see there, my tyres are pretty worn already. I think, well, we got to go to until lap 9 for our first pit stop, but I am definitely thinking about coming in a little bit sooner and then having a bit of a preservation stint on a set of primes throughout the middle of this race as let's go purple, but that's because it's the first quick lap. But yeah, Webber all over us at the moment. He's going to be all over us when the DRS gets activated, and look at that little bit of a train starting to form behind us. Yeah, don't have a lot of pace at the moment, but hopefully should have the pace to stay ahead of these guys. So yeah, that's kind of where we stand at the moment in lap 2 of this race. But let's see if we can maybe drive up towards Raikkonen, and as he's also losing touch to the top 4. Here we go. Here comes Mark Webber. I've had to use all of my KERS to try and defend from these guys behind. My tyres are really not feeling good at this point. I've got a massive train behind me. Huge gap up to Raikkonen it is not looking good at the moment. I've put it up into rich mix just to try and defend that a little bit more, and luckily there's no DRS on this second straight as there was, I believe, in 2011, so that's kind of helping us out here. But yeah, it's not looking good. I kind of want to come in actually more towards maybe lap 7 to get these tyres off, so yeah, not feeling too good at this phase, but I know it will only get better once we get these tyres off. Yeah, here comes Mark Webber again. He's a lot closer this time. Going to show him to the outside, but I'm going to brake later. We're going to stay ahead of him for now. It seems to be working, as actually he's hit me a little bit into there. Probably didn't expect me to be going so slowly. So again, Webber, he hit us in Canada, didn't he? He hit us in Canada at the first turn, didn't he? So
the car behind has a small amount of damage to his front wing. We don't think it's affecting his performance, so keep pushing.
No, it probably won't be, because he's much quicker than me at this point. But yeah, he's clearly getting very frustrated with us. He's hit us for the second race running. So yeah, I mean, it's the third race running that a Red Bull has hit us. I remember Vettel hit us into Raskas on the first lap of the Grand Prix there. But yeah, Red Bull probably getting a little bit sick and tired of being stuck behind us. But that is their fault. I think this is it. Third time lucky for Webber. Going to put it into rich mix again. Use the rest of our curves. Is he going to have us this time? I'm going to try and brake as late as possible, but I think he's done it this time around the outside for Mark Webber. But we're going to do the up and under, and thank you very much. That's 6th place back in our hands. He must be getting so frustrated with us now, and actually us two are kind of going at a pace that is quicker than the guys behind. So the Force India's doing a good job now of backing up the pack. So yeah, actually our pace is slowly coming towards us, or maybe we were so slow at the start, but actually everyone else is starting to slow up too. So it's not looking too bad at the moment, and Raikkonen isn't exactly getting away. So yeah, actually pretty happy with how this is going so far. We can battle Webber all day at this rate. Oh, okay, maybe not. Alright, it's now lap.
You're losing a little bit of time to Webber. He's slowly catching you.
Alright, it's now lap 8 of this race. Oh god, I was just about to say the tyres don't feel too bad now that we've got to lap 7, lap 8, but locking up into the first proper turn has kind of swayed me away from that opinion. But yeah, Raikkonen is so frustrating. If I had the tyres, Raikkonen would be right there for the taking. I just don't at this point in the race, but hopefully after these pit stops we can launch an attack on Raikkonen up ahead, as we definitely could be faster than him. But Webber still trying to get past, still failing, but he's certainly getting close this time round. He's getting alongside, but much earlier. I've run out of curves to defend with, and he might actually have this one. Wow, there we go. Webber into P6. Yep, that explains it then. Webber's gone into rich mix just to get ahead of us, so fair play. It was a matter of time, really, wasn't it? So Webber's passed down to P7 where we started, but we got a good gap back to Kobayashi behind us. So yeah, it's not too bad, can't lie. And you know, when we said in Monaco that we'd rather be the one chasing rather than leading, hopefully we can use Webber to try and cruise up towards Raikkonen. And obviously I think Webber's going to catch him regardless, and hopefully they start battling so we can get involved too. So yeah, and it is lap 8 now. I'm going to stay out until my scheduled pit stop. So it's actually worked out really well for us, and we got a big gap behind Kobayashi, so we could try and solidify this P7.
Pit in this lap. Come into the pit for the end of this lap.
Cool. That was a pretty seamless pit stop for us. We're going to rejoin in 30th, maybe. There's someone coming up quickly behind. It's one of the Caterans. So I think that's Turvey.
Okay, we lost that position. Put some pressure on him and try to get it back.
Turvey and Petrov again meeting each other on track, so clearly some sort of rivalry going on there.
To pit soon. He should be pitting within the next 5 laps.
Okay, I don't know where Grosjean is, but oh well. Anyway, P14, we've got Turvey up ahead of us yet again, as we did We had that in Monaco as well, didn't we? And in Canada. So Turvey putting on a good showing so far to be up in P13. But come on, let's try and get these primes into a good window and then start to press on. We had a really poor lap on our in lap.
We may have trouble closing the gap during this stint.
Petrov's actually going to try and overtake me here. Come on, mate. Don't bother. Please don't. We're not racing. All right. Okay, we can press on. P14. Let's keep going. All right, there goes Turvey. We've been released. A lot of other people into the pits, including my teammate. Let's see where we're going to rejoin. That's Webber rejoining the race. It's going to be nip and tuck between us. He probably had to change his front wing, but we're actually going to get out ahead of him. So, oh, and Petrov. Oh, Petrov slamming into the wall. I think he's okay. Very lucky for him.
The car behind has a small amount of damage to his front wing. We don't think it's affecting his performance, so keep pushing.
I think Webber might have tried to dive down Petrov's inside as he came out of the pits to try and keep up with us. And in doing so, Petrov flew into the wall. He's very lucky he didn't crash and retire after that, so we can carry on. Anyway, we got Vettel up ahead of us, and he's actually rejoined the race behind Luca Filippi in the HRT. So Vettel is going to definitely lose out in his fight with Kubica, as they were fighting for P3 before the pit stops. But yeah, you can see them. Filippi actually holding Vettel up. So again, Vettel going to be getting very frustrated behind the Italian. But keep it up, Filippi. Keep doing what you're doing. Both Red Bulls faltering after the pit stops. But there goes Filippi, as Vettel's going to be very happy that he's out of his sights. But we're
Approaching one of the Red Bulls. There's a Red Bull ahead of you.
But Vettel is now in our sights. We're within a second here, so we can get dragged along by him. But he is on the option tyres, however, so he's going to be definitely a lot faster than us at the moment. Petrov behind us is still out there, so he's keeping Webber behind, thankfully. So yeah, we're up in P6 at the moment. I think Raikkonen's leading the race. He still needs to box, so both Renaults going long in this first stint.
Hamilton's leading the race.
Raikkonen has finally pitted here on lap 14, going on to 15, and we're going to be right behind him. What tyres is he on? He's on primes, so I think he's going to try the one-stop here today. The Renault's clearly going for the one-stop. We need to get him here. We need to disrupt his race somehow. I mean, it's probably a bit harsh to disrupt his race. Is he going to leave us the room here? I don't think I've seen anyone ever make an overtake into here, but Andy, what have I said about talking during overtakes? Shut up. Right, we had to take advantage of Raikkonen having cold new tyres there, so Andy! Jesus Christ! Fill it in, would ya? Jesus, right, yeah, Vettel on options, he's been so fast. Haven't been able to keep up with him, sorry. But we're up into P5 now. But I feel like as Raikkonen's doing the one-stop, we're going to be languishing down in P6 after everything's said and done. This could be the place we're trying to consolidate today. I think my teammate Felipe Massa has wormed his way into the top 10, which is really good for the team if we can get a double points finish. Still no retirement, so nothing has kind of shaken up the order a little bit. But yeah, I don't mind it today. We need a seamless day, and we need it to go smoothly. So we go into the second half of the race, P5 at the moment. Alright, we've got the option runners into the pits, Kubica and Vettel, so that's elevated us up into P3. We're just about keeping Raikkonen at arm's length at the moment, keeping him outside of that 1 second window so that he can't use DRS to catch up, which is, I mean, I've been concentrating so hard to try and keep this alive. Running P3 now. I know it won't last forever, but we really need a good result here today. So yeah, I'm trying very hard at the moment. Got my sweatbands on, but yeah, keeping Raikkonen outside of that 1 second window is essential for our race at the moment. We don't want to get caught up in any sort of battle with Kimi at the moment. So yeah, he'll get released next lap when we come in for our pit stop. So he'll be thankful for that, and he can go on and press on for his second race win of the season. I think he's going to try the one stop here today, and to be honest, I think it might bear fruit for him. So yeah, keep an eye on how his race unfolds. But oh god, that's probably our first mistake of this whole stint. But yeah, one lap to go until we're on a new set of option tyres, and we can really solidify, was it P6 that we had, and try and keep ahead of Weber too.
There's a problem with Kurz. The guys are working on a fix.
And right on cue, I've lost Kurz, so hopefully that comes back sooner rather than later. I'm actually going to keep going one more lap. The tyre wear has been nice to us so far, as Alonso now boxes and he's trying to get the undercut on Lewis Hamilton. There's a really good battle for the lead at the moment between Hamilton and the two Ferraris. So let's see where Alonso rejoins in relation to Kubica. But Hamilton still leads the way, as that's our second quarter cut of the race. So we need to be careful now, but still keeping Raikkonen behind for now. Yep, there goes Raikkonen this time. Tried to defend the inside, but nothing doing there. So Raikkonen has finally got through. He's up into second place legitimately now. So he's definitely, probably the favourite for the win, as we go very close to the wall there. I think it's definitely time to come in. We need to... We cannot take any liberties here. We need to get it in. We need to come in and then try and have a really good stint on options to finish. And hopefully, my Kurz still isn't back, so that's not great, because we're going to be in and around probably Vettel and Weber when we rejoin. So we're definitely going to need Kurz to try and battle those guys. All right. Hopefully we get a good pit stop too. It was close with Vettel, but we are quite a way behind him actually. So we're going to carry on. Kubica setting the fastest lap. I think he's back up to P4. And we're in P6.
No more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
Yep, this is it. This is a run to the end now. We've got 8 laps to go. And I think Vettel should be on primes. And he is well aware that he is on primes and that I'm on options clearly, as we are going to try and catch him up here and try and get this P5. And right on cue, yet again, Kurz is back. So 4 seconds is the gap. Let's get this down. Alright guys, it's lap 26 of this race, 4 laps to go, and the gap to Vettel is down to 3 seconds. It was down to 2.5 at one point, but then I had to change back to standard mix, and the tyres slightly losing their edge now, so the gap has kind of stabilised at 3 seconds. So this could be where we're going to be finishing today. I think Weber is slightly catching us up, but we've managed to defend from him so far in this race, so we can obviously carry on doing that until the end. So P6 is looking more likely that we're going to finish here today. Look at that, Felipe Massa catching up with us as well, up in P8, so it could be a really good day down at Sauber. So we really want to bring this home, no mistakes now, and this will be a good haul of points to take home from the last race here in Valencia. So we need to lock in for the last 3.5 laps, and that is not how you lock in. This time, Rich Mix, we got 1 lap of it. It's the final lap of the race, and Weber and Massa are right on my case now. Kimi Raikkonen still leading the way, so could he be on course for his second win of the season on his comeback? That would be incredible. What a strategy that they've managed to pull off today, but we don't care about that right now. The tyres starting to give up on me, as Weber is right on the back of us, but this is the last kind of overtaking opportunity that he's going to get onto this straight. He's right there, isn't he? 4/10 away. We need to get this right. We need to get this preparation for the straight right. It's not amazing, it's not awful, but we're going to save a bank of Kurz to try and defend from Weber. So here he comes. Oh god, use the rest of our Kurz here. We should have enough to keep him behind, and let's try and solidify this P6 now. Come on. keep him behind. Maybe Massa can get involved, perhaps, if Webber makes a mistake. That is not the apex, is it? Right, here we go, down the straight once again. I don't have Kurz, but he doesn't have DRS, so again, should be able to have the grunt on him and stay ahead. But I think any moment now we're going to see Kimi Räikkönen cross the line to win the last race here in Valencia. Any moment now, there he goes. Kimi is a two-time winner in 2012. Massive congratulations to him and his team. Incredible strategy from then today. But as we get round the last corner, we're back in the points. P6. Love that from you, Valencia. Thank you very much.
Sixth position. Nice drive. Really well done.
Thank you very much, Andy. Yeah, we really needed that, didn't we, today? So, yeah, massively thankful for the team. It's a really good setup, to be honest. There's yeah, really stable. I seem to get a lot more out of the car when the car's a bit more stable, even though the oversteery setups are probably quicker. I am myself are quicker on the understeery setup, so maybe that's the way we need to try and set up heading into the rest of these races. Sorry, that's easy for me to say. Anyway, Kimi Räikkönen, a two-time winner in 2012. Could he be a dark horse in this championship? Who knows? But Alonso getting ahead of Hamilton towards the end of the Grand Prix. That's really important for him, as he will maintain the lead of the title standings. Anyway, Robert Kubica just missing out on a podium today. He probably had the pace to do so, but not in the end. Vettel P5 from 5th to 5th in this race. We gained a position on Mark Webber, so that's great from us. Massa, great race from him to get up nicely into the points, and Petrov, outstanding strategy across the board from Renault Lotus Renault today to get both their cars into the points from 22nd as well. Great race from him, and great race again from Karun Chandhok, who's back on the grid for this Grand Prix. So massive congratulations to him. He's shown the team what he's capable of, and he clearly loves this circuit. So yeah, congrats to my old nemesis there. Nico Rosberg missing out on points. He just finished ahead of Paul di Resta. Then it's Kamui Kobayashi who's going to be disappointed to be finishing in 13th and behind his new teammate Nick Heidfeld 14th. Poor weekend for him and Mercedes all around. Pascal Maldonado P15, Albuquerque 16th. Then we have Romain Grosjean 17th. Jenson Button only managed to get up to P18, which is a real shame for him. Oliver Turvey 19th. Then we got Luca Filippi, D'Ambrosio, Ricciardo really poor this weekend, down in 22nd. Danny Close 23rd, and Sam Bird coming home last of the finishers. And again, no retirements this Grand Prix, so maybe we did get our fill in Canada, so that's fine as long as we didn't DNF. So P6 for us, back in the points. Really needed that Grand Prix today, and let's see how that has affected the championship standings. Right guys, here are the standings after today's final European Grand Prix here in Valencia, and Alonso has extended the lead up to 11 points now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Kimi Räikkönen back up into 3rd place after his 2nd win today. Incredible from him. Couple more movers throughout the standings. Robert Kubica has made his way past Vitaly Petrov, his old teammate, up into 9th, and we've just got past our teammate Felipe Massa, even though he's finished 8th and got the fastest lap today. So we're equal on points with Maldonado, but after his podium in Bahrain, we are behind him on the countback. One other person of note, of course, how could we forget? It's Karun Chandhok. He's off the mark for the season, something that Sergio Perez hasn't been able to achieve so far this season, so he finds himself as the newest point scorer, down in 19th. In the Constructors, McLaren lead the way now by 24 points, so the lead has been slashed after Alonso and Kubica both getting good points today, and Renault and Red Bull find themselves back ahead of Mercedes for 3rd and 4th. we're down in 6th place. We had a good weekend this weekend. We're above 50 points now, so the gap back to Williams is 21. We actually have, I thought we had half of Mercedes points, but not quite. Force India getting 1 point today, so they eke closer to Williams, but Toro Rosso still down in P10. Not great. Well, I definitely couldn't give the Driver of the Day award to anyone else rather than Raikkonen, and hopefully, well, realistically, I should give it to his team for that strategy, incredible strategy, as everyone else was on the 2-stop today and didn't really see the 1-stop working. I certainly didn't. So yeah, fair play to them. They've got their 2nd win of the season, and like I said, could Raikkonen be a dark horse in this championship? That would be incredible if he could mix it up just like Rosberg did in 2010. But anyway, that's the final time at Valencia. It's treated me well. 2 6th places and a 7th in Valencia, even when I was in the Virgin. So thank you for your service, Valencia. You've done me really, really handy. So yeah, it's going to be sorely missed. But next time we go to Silverstone, my home Grand Prix at the British Grand Prix. So really looking forward to that. If you guys did enjoy this race, please leave a like for in tribute of Valencia, and subscribe if you want to continue on this journey throughout the 2012 season with us. And I'll see you guys at my home race in Silverstone. Take care.